what's up? Welcome to another video upload from Aspie with Attitude. My name is David, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, I have autism, Asperger's syndrome, and that's why I call myself an Aspie. And mind you, also I have a speech impairment. So like I'm talking about speech difficulty here, that's why I may tumble on a few words. So like, before I bust the 4 myths about autism, first thing I want to do is switch fidget spinners. Since I want to use the orange one, that way it's going to match the tracksuit that I'm wearing and the tablecloth that I'm using. So you might be seeing this video for the first time. If you check out the other ones, it's always the same clothes, different colour. So like, and have you yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, Aspie with Attitude? And also, if you'd like to keep up to date with my future video uploads, please don't forget to ring this notification bell to keep up to date with Aspie with Attitude. And also, you can do more to show a bit of support to my channel by liking and sharing this video content to increase the whole algorithm. That way, it'll help the video channel to grow a lot further. And this is even after you subscribe though. So like, time to get on with it, because like I have looked into 4 different myths about autism, and I am hoping one day in the future they'll make another video like this. So in the meanwhile, I have these myths about autism that's to be busted, and now welcome to Mythbusters. Myth number 1: vaccines causes autism. There are still a number of people, not just the badass anti-vax groups, who mistaken or believe that vaccines are the cause of autism. Most of those people in these groups could do anything into their own power to support this as a cold hard fact, like what flat earthers do. So to bust this myth, this all happened in the late 1990s, just to be, I think in year 1997, I think it was, because I said this back in episode 68 back in August 2019. There was a study and a research conducted, and it was done by Dr. Andrew Wakefield, and he published his findings in a medical journal back in 1997. As it happened, his research was never scientifically conducted. Then eventually, further scientific research was made, and the final results about this myth of autism was deemed to be busted. Myth number 2: autistic individuals don't feel emotions. When I said this back in episode 138 towards the end of 2020. So like, this myth is no doubt unfair, misleading, and very offensive for the autism community worldwide. Some people still think that autism means that an individual on the spectrum cannot feel emotions. Therefore, the lack of ability to connect with friends or foster relationships. To bust this myth, I can say this myth is totally false. Everyone on the autism spectrum are capable of feeling emotions. Since that autism can impact one's ability to communicate or socially interact, this often is mistaken as a lack of interest or lack of empathy. Since we think differently, this could also impact on reading other people's emotions and body language, because there are different ways for an autistic individual to understand somebody else's emotions. It's due to the way our minds are being wired differently, and that's a fact of being autistic. And I'll tell you what, this second myth is, once again, busted. Myth number 3: autism can be cured. This had been going on for a while now, that Autism Speaks and other applied behavioural assessment providers, I'm talking about ABA here, had claimed that there is a cure or a treatment for autism. True experts in the field of autism, including professionals who had studied carefully about autism, autistic advocates, and also dudes like me who's actually having this YouTube channel called Aspie with Attitude, being told from someone who's genuinely autistic. So like I can say, I came to a final agreement that there's no such cure for autism. Autism undermines a different thought process, that's all it is. ABA providers like Autism Speaks had tried for a long time to cure autism and ending up with non-affirmative outcomes, even with early interventions from any 3-year-olds that had been diagnosed with autism. And it's often that Autism Speaks is already known for using unorthodox method of ABA. So this myth once again is busted. And for my final myth, which is myth number 4, individuals with autism don't want friends. Well, anyway, this myth isn't true, and we're talking about whether if an autistic individual is a child, an adult or an elderly alike. So like each and every autistic individual wants friends. It's just that most individuals like to see clear away from certain people, whether it could be the look, their attitude, and whatever irritates them. And we're talking about individuals who want to see clear away from certain people. A majority of individuals who are autistic wants to socialise, except they may feel fussy about other people to make sure they're not being around overwhelming individuals, regardless if an individual is autistic or neurotypical. Most of the social success can be achieved and nurtured from an autistic individual's special interests. For example, for one's interest could be about Lego. That autistic individual who's into Lego would socially nurture through other Lego enthusiasts, and maybe an autistic individual might be interested in these succulent plants that I've got here, and it's all about finding other friends who are into succulent plants. So like, I'm just talking about special interests here, which I explained this back in episode 85 back in December 2019. As it happens, this final myth is also busted. So the reason why I only did 4 myths for this episode is because like I'm just trying to keep this episode short. Since I don't like doing too many long episodes, that's why I've been going up and down the couch. So before I sign off though, like, this is not a very good fidget spinner for my trademark fidget spin nose trick. Well, looks like the only fidget spinner that I want to use. So I've got to actually order more fidget spinners. And however it is, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to Aspie with Attitude, peace and respect, and see you next time from Aspie with Attitude.